welcome the students of class 8. Today I am going to discuss the chapter 3 of history, and today we will continue the rest of the part of the chapter ruling the countryside, and today's subunit is a new system is devised. Before that, open page number 29 in your book, history book, and follow the page. So what is written on the page is at the first that by the early 19th century, many of the company officials wanted that the system of revenue had to be changed. Why? Because previously we have seen that by permanent settlement there are some difficulties, and those difficulties also reduced the revenue earning of the company, as well as it creates some problem for the zamindars as well as the peasants. So, and the rate of the revenue was fixed, so they could not change it in future. So that's why when the markets improved and agricultural production and also the price of their products were increased, they had to increase the revenue, the rate of revenue. So that's why most of the company officials wanted a new revenue system to improve their revenue earning from the revenue. Now in the northwestern provinces, so because of that, they discussed among them. After the discussion in the northwestern provinces of Bengal Presidency, now it is called in some most of the part are in UP or Uttar Pradesh, and some part on the Awadh and also in Sindh. A new revenue system came into effect in 1822 AD after the 30 years of permanent settlement, and that settlement was introduced by a company revenue official called Mackenzie. So company official Holt Mackenzie was introduced this new system in the northwestern provinces in Punjab, Awadh, in some part of Madhya Pradesh, today's central India, and also in today's UP. And this settlement was known as the Rayatwari settlement. Why this settlement? And this settlement was known as Mahalwari settlement. Why this system was called Mahalwari? Let's check that under these directions, under the directions of Holt Mackenzie, at first the collectors, we have known already who were called collectors or the district officials. They went village to village on those provinces and inspecting the land, measuring the fields, and recording the customs and rights of the different groups. In those regions, the different people of different religious as well as social backgrounds, people living there. So the collectors need to judge all these things and to collect information about their local customs and systems, and on the basis of that they had to implement the new revenue system. So then what happened? They established a new revenue system, and as per they estimated the revenue of each plot of a village as per their productivity and also the area, and was added up to the calculate the revenue of each village or mahal. They estimated the revenue of each plot of the particular village and was added up to calculate the revenue of each village or mahal. So a village or a group of village at that time in those provinces were called mahal or mahal, and on those villages the village headman was in charge of collecting and paying the revenue to the East India Company. Now the village headmans in those villages, they were appointed, they were responsible to collect the revenue from the villagers and as per their agreement and repaid to the company officials. So this is called Mahalwari system. So now there are another system that was introduced by the East India Company in the South India after the failure of permanent settlement, and the name of the settlement is Munro system or Rayatwari settlement. And in the Bombay and Madras presidency, the new revenue system was introduced, and this is known as Munro system or Rayatwari settlements. Why the name Rayatwari came from? So it was tried before in some small areas of Mysore, the land areas captured from Tipu Sultan. The Alexander Reed, the company official Alexander Reed, introduced this system in some areas that was annexed from Tipu Sultan. Now subsequently it was developed by another company revenue official, is Thomas Munro. That's why this system is known as Munro system. Now Reed and Munro, they argued that it had to be made directly with the cultivators or ryots, tilled the land for generations. They don't want to give the right to collect the revenue to any middleman or any landlords, like in permanent settlement or in Rayatwari settlement. They contracted with the village headmans. They wanted to collect the revenue directly from the peasants. So that's why their fields, they proposed that their fields had to be carefully and separately surveyed before the assessment of revenue. And after that, they fixed the rate of revenue as per the production and the size of the land. But the rate was not fixed. That previously they had faced some problem with permanent settlement, that the rate was permanent. Now they try to solve this problem with a temporary revenue rate. Now Munro thought the British East India Company or the owners, the British East India Company should protect the ryots as a farmer, as a father figure, because at that time only kings in those areas where this system introduced. Previously those areas are actually under the Cholas, the Rashtrakuta and Chalukyas, under the rule of these rulers in medieval India, and also under some Shia dynasties, and also under some Mughal rulers. So that's why the Mughal rulers, the Shia rulers and those Indian rulers were the father figure for those peasants. You have already read in class 7. Now, but at that time when company annexed those territories, then company should, as per the Munro, company should taken over the charge of a father figure who looked after the riots, difficulties and their problems about the agriculture. So that is the Munro system. But these two systems were not so accurate. Now what are the problems faced by the peasants and the people with these two new type of systems? Okay, now all was not well. It is the next subunit. We have already know about Rayatwari and Mahalwari system. Those systems are not foolproof. These systems were introduced after the failure of permanent settlement. But there are some problems also with these two new systems. That within few years, all the stakeholders understood that all was not well with them. And the stakeholder means all the people who related to these two systems. The company officials, the company authority, the landlords or the village headmen, the peasants, all these people affected by this system. And what are the result? That revenue officers fixed too high revenue. This is a problem. It's the first problem, that revenue officials fixed too high revenue. Number two, the peasants were unable to pay and fled the countryside. Villages become deserted. All the peasants, they found this the rate of the revenue is too high, so it is very difficult for them to pay the revenue to the company officials. And in the time of drought or flood or any natural disasters, when the crops failure were there, so this time also the revenue was not waived. So this is the reason. So all the peasants, they left their villages, they left their property, their land, and fled to the towns. Now number three, the optimistic officials. Now company officials, those are optimistic. They thought the peasants would transform into rich enterprising farmers. Those peasants, if we made the contract with the peasants, then peasants will invest in land and improve the agricultural fields as well as the spread the agriculture, and they become enterprising farmers like in the farmers of England. But they don't understood the local situations. But it was never happened, and it was never happened. It was totally a daydream. Now in this way, the two systems have create some problem in the agrarian economy of India. Next class we'll see about the industrial sector of India. Till then, don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. See you in the next class. Thank you.